Hello everyone and welcome back to 40 Days and 40 Stories. As you know, it was World's Heart Day a few days back. So today I have brought to you a story about heart. So let's start. Once upon a time, there was a young man who was very proud of his young and beautiful heart. So one day he went in the middle of the town and stood on the road and proclaimed, "I have the most beautiful heart in this whole valley." People gathered around him and they looked closely at his heart. And they thought indeed it was the most beautiful heart they had seen. It was smooth, it was shiny, it was beating strongly. It was very beautiful and very young, and as they were marveling at the beauty of his heart, an old man came from behind and said, "I think my heart is more beautiful than yours." Everybody looked at him and they said, "Okay, if you think your heart is more beautiful than his, why don't you show it to us?" So old man agreed and he slowly showed his heart to them. Now they all looked closely and they saw that this old man's heart was beating strongly, but it was not smooth and shiny. It was all filled of scars. And there were rough edges. So there were pieces removed from his heart and different pieces fitted into them, and they were not fitting properly. So there were these rough edges there. And then there were empty gouges here and there. And so they all looked at each other and laughed and said, "This man thinks his heart is more beautiful than this young man's." And the young man, he also, went to this old man and he said, "Really? You think that my young, beautiful, smooth and shiny heart is not as beautiful as yours, which is all filled of scars and tears?" Now the old man just smiled and he said, "My heart is full of scars, but I will never trade it for yours. Because these scars are the love that I have shared with my friends and my family. Whenever I love somebody, I remove a piece of my heart and offer it to them. My loved ones who have felt the same also remove a piece of their heart and offer it back to me, and I fit it into mine. But as you know, we all love differently. They might not have fitted as perfectly. So you see these rough edges here and there. Then I have loved some people deeply. I've ripped my heart for them and I've offered it to them. But they may not have felt the same as me. So they did not return their own piece of heart to me there. So you see these empty gouges here and there. But these scars remind me of the love that I have shared with all my loved ones. And I believe that someday these empty gouges will also be filled when those who have loved deeply feel the same and they return their piece of heart to me. So you see now the beauty of my heart. The young man and the crowd were all silent, with tears flowing down their cheeks. The young man approached the old man. He ripped a piece of his heart and he offered it to him. The old man very lovingly took it from him and fitted it into his. And then he removed a piece of his own heart and gave it to the young man. The young man put it back in his. And then he looked at his new heart, which was no more as smooth and shiny, but was much more beautiful to look at, with all the love that he had shared with the old man. So they both embraced each other and walked side by side. Thank you. Hope you liked this story as much as I did. It is a story that I found on internet and it had no author there, so it's anonymous. And if you liked the story as much as I did, please do share it with your family and friends. Thank you.